Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos? What are they all about? Well, Let's Build video, I take a model kit and I'll show you guys how to put it together. If there's any areas of concern on the sprue, as in anything's numbered differently from the sprue to the instructions, I'll give you guys a heads up. If there's anything that you need to be careful of in terms of small pieces, breaking off or anything like that, chains, pipes, etc., I'll give you guys a heads up. If there's any bit on the piece you're taking off that looks like it shouldn't be there, but you actually should, again, I'll give you guys a heads up. If you suffer with dyslexia or just struggle with instruction in general, this is a visual aid to help you. If you're interested in models for an army you don't collect, or an army that if you're interested in models for an army you collect but haven't got, or you're interested in starting a new army and you're just wondering how hard the models are to build, this is a visual aid to help you out. These Let's Build videos are basically to help everyone of any age, any skill level. So yeah, so guys, for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. Let's see you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen today I'm building the Sisters Immolator tank. As you'll see the amount of sprue that's in front of me. It's a big kit. It's essentially a Space Marine Rhino with bits added on top. Okay, and when I say that, I don't mean like a Predator or a Whirlwind or anything like that. It's just actually a lot of crazy stuff on top. You can already see the details on the outside of the tank there. We'll go through this in a second. So tools needed as always. Mold light scraper. Now you can use a hobby knife or some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a sharp tool, just be careful because it's sharp. Let everyone in the house know you're using a sharp tool so nobody scares you by accident. Make sure your cats don't jump up or little hands don't come along. Clippers, most useful part of our kit. Now I have sanding sponge. You can use sanding sponge or sanding block. Basically, it's foam with sandpaper on top, so you can get into little pieces and get them. The sponge is more flexible than the block. You get this in the hardware shop. You need a sandpaper or the wallpaper somewhere in that sort of area. It's a plastic kit, so plastic glue. Now before we start looking at sprue, I've just noticed that's broken. Damn it. I think I see the piece that goes onto this, so I might just try and glue that back on. But that's a piece that goes on the top at the end. That's like a stained glass window, which I don't want to be gluing this on, spraying the whole thing down, because then I'll lose that stained glass effect. So that would go after it's been undercoated. Anyway, so everyone that's new, what we do now is we look at the sprue, so we can ascertain what's what, and it makes our life a little bit easier. Because looking at this monstrosity of sprues, you go, oh my goodness me, there's too much there. But once you break it down, it becomes a lot easier. So we've got top of the tank. We've got this piece here. It's got half a sister in it. That sits in there, guarantee that. We've got body here, which probably goes on top of her. We've got melter guns. We've got these lovely pieces here. These look like heavy bolter pieces. We've got all these lovely decoration bits. Absolutely beautiful. One thing I do like about the sisters, they are very, all these extra lovely detail pieces on there. These pieces as well, which I don't know how they are. There's the heavy bolt pieces. Oh, sorry, they're probably part of that, which is heavy flamer. Now, let's look at this side of the sprue, shall we? Absolutely bonkers. This is the outside of the tank. Look at how much details on there. That's absolutely amazing. But the front of the tank looks like the ramp, smoke launchers, tracks. That's very cool. That is very cool. That's actually going to save a lot of time, because I actually was expecting to put all the tracks all the way around. But the fact that they have tracks at the bottom of it, that is very, very cool. They should actually do it with Space Marine tanks as well, I think, because that is very, very cool. That saves me a lot of time and a lot of messing around. There's nothing worse when you're putting the tracks together and you're slightly off, and by the time you get to the other end there's a tiny little gap and it's like, ah. Anyway, honeycomb missile, I know what that is. These smoke braziers there with the flames coming out. There's some more of those. The other half of the honeycomb missile. It looks like a bolter spruce on. What the hell does that? It looks like a searchlight. This is amazing. Look at that. So much detail on this kit. It's very easy to buy a kit like this. Oh, it looks fantastic. Open it up and go, ugh. And it sits down there for months. I've been putting this off for a little while because I thought it was going to be really difficult. But anyway, so I'm going to finish getting set up and come back to you with the first pieces. Right, so the first piece we need is 23, which is this piece here. Okay. And 48, which is this little round piece next to it. I'm going to snip it, clean it, and show you how it goes together. Right, it's very, very straightforward. So there's a side piece, and it's look at the detail on that. It's absolutely beautiful. But this is the front piece anyway. This is the back piece. See how you got a little triangle one there? You got this triangle one here. This is the front piece. Now you have a triangle pin there. This point has to be at the top, and that just slots in there like so. Okay. I'm not going to glue it in. Should I glue it in? It's telling me to glue it in, so I'm going to glue that into place. You can only go one way. I thought maybe it was going to turn, but it doesn't. It only goes one way. So I'm going to glue it into place, and we'll come back to you for the next piece. Right, we're going to jump ahead a little bit now. We're going to take 22, which is this other piece, and 47, which is this piece. It goes together exactly the same as this one. So I'm going to clean it down, glue it, and then we'll go back to the piece we're meant to be on. Right, so the next piece we need is number 19, which is this piece, and number 18, which is this piece here. This is very, very simple. So this is the back. You've got two little hooks, two little blocks. They just slide in like so. So we're going to glue that into place, and I'm going to come back and show you how to put the two sides on. Right, so with the side pieces, make sure you got this piece facing outwards. It only goes on one way, so I can't put this piece on that side because it won't go. So basically you've got these little pieces here, and you've got this triangle pin here. The triangle pin here is the same as the one at the front, so that just slots into that. And they just slot over the top. Yeah, so I'm going to glue them into place and do the same on the other side, and then come back for the next piece. Right, so here we have this. Now the next part is to glue the tracks on. I'm going to leave this to dry for a couple of hours. Now they've done it a bit weird. Before I even go into what they've done weird, I'm very happy with this at the bottom. That absolutely saves a lot of messing around. But the way they've done the tracks in the instructions is you do the front first, then the back. So it's not telling me to do a few here, then a few that side, then it's giving me the information to all the ones at the front, then all the ones at the back. So I'm going to leave it to dry and then come in to tackle that in for you guys. Now with this piece, I did go to try and glue it on, but I said to myself, no, there's a little pin at the bottom here. There's a pin at each of these bottoms, so it'd be easier once I've undercoated this, just to pin that into place and glue it, and then pin that into place and glue it, and that should line up perfectly, rather than trying to sit there and hold that into place. So anyway, I'm going to leave it to dry for a while. I'll come back to you again. Right, so it's been a few hours. This is fully dry now. Now, this, I said before I went off, this is a little bit, instead of just starting one side, it's doing the front piece on the instructions at the same time, and then the back piece at the same time. So the first piece we need is number 41, which is this piece here. Now, you might look at them and think they all look the same, but trust me, just do the correct pieces at the same, because they all fit in together for a specific reason. You can see the blocks are slightly different on there. Anyway, I'm going to snip that off. There's 3 prongs at one side and there's nothing the other side. Okay, so I'm going to snip that off, clean it down, I'll show you how it goes on. Right, so I've chucked some glue on it. and this is how it goes. The little gap there, that's where those little teeth go into, but it lines up to the edge there. Okay, so the next piece that we need is 42, which frankly we have done it very simple like that. So 41, then 42 is a small piece here, the corner. Now with most tanks, where the 3 prongs are on there, you'll see on this piece there's 2 prongs and then 3 prongs. The 2 prongs go into the 3. So I'm going to snip that clean out and I'll glue it on. Right, I said that one goes up to the bar, but where I've just pushed that into place, that's just taking it just over the bar, a little touch. See, this is another reason why I love plastic glue, because had that been super glue, by the time I was waffling about that piece, it would have pretty much dried and it would be difficult to move. So plastic glue still gives you a bit of play. Right, so the next piece we need is number 43, which is this big piece here. Okay, so again, I don't need to show you because there's 3 prongs there. The 2 prongs will go into the 3 prongs, and it should just tuck from there to there. Feel that gap, okay? And then that's that side done. That fitted in perfect. Now you could do what I've done there, but start from the bottom. That actually might be a bit easier, starting from the bottom one, because it's easier to put them in, because you know once the bottom one's lined up, the rest of them are going to line up perfectly. We'll do it that way actually. We'll do this other side that way. So the first piece we need is number 37, which is the big one. So the next piece we need is 36. Again, yeah, it's going to come in this way now. So some of you I don't want to confuse anyone. I did this side the way the instructions told me, but I'm doing it this way now on this side to see if this is easier, and if it is, then I'll tell you that's easier. So we need number 36. Right, next we need number 35. It is actually easier doing it this way. Right, it is actually easier starting from the bottom and working your way around. I'm actually blown away still by the detail on this tank. It's going to be a joy to paint. So you spin it around. I'll start with this side of the back here. Now again, I'm going to start with the bottom piece and work my way back up. I just find that a little bit easier. Well, not a little bit, a lot easier. So the first piece we're going to need is number 38, which is this big piece here. The next piece is number 39. And the next piece is 40. Now the only difference with this top piece, you have to slide it in under this bar that comes up. Okay, so that's the only thing that's, yeah, it's the only thing you have to do there. So I just slide it in and then slot it into place. So now it's just the other side to do. Very, very simple. I could just go, but no, we're going to do it's 44 first of all. Okay, and then 45, and then 46. Okay, so we'll start with 44, 45, and the last one, 46. Right, so there we are. Again, with this side, you have to slide it underneath that little hook. But coming up from the bottom is a hell of a lot easier. I just love that. I think that's absolutely fantastic. I don't know. Oh, that's your little sisters. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, so there's that. So the next thing we need is number 12 and number 11. Well, there's number 12. And there's number 11. That's very straightforward. There's holes, there's pins. You can see they just line up nicely. So they slot together like so. might want to take the glue, just run along the top there to get ready to join lines. It's not going to matter too much on this piece here, because that's going into a little turret type thing. So the next piece we need is number 13, which is this piece, and number 17, which is this crazy piece. Because I didn't know what it was, just that piece. So I'm going to snip those two pieces off. I'll show you how they go together. Right, so the instruction tells me to put that in there, okay, and then put that over the top. Okay, but it's very weird, as you can see, it doesn't go, it decides to fall out the other side and everything else. The easiest way to do it is telling me not to glue this piece, but that goes in there, okay, and then you're supposed to put glue around the edge of this, and then that goes in there, like so. So this gun can move side to side. Now, I'm not a big fan of moving the gun side to side or anything like that, so I'm going to glue it all into place. So I'm going to glue this gun first of all into here, and then I'm going to put it through and glue that into place there. Okay, here's a bit of a tight fit, but it does sit in there. Of course, when the glue's wet, then I can just adjust the gun to whatever way I want it. I need to clean that barrel off, so a little recipe on there. I'm going to crack on with that. Right, so the next piece we need is 16, which is this crazy little piece here. That piece in the middle is to come out as well. So take off the sprue first and then get in and clip that out. Right, so this piece slots over the top. If I can get it in there. Come on, there we go. Just slots onto there, like so. I do have a little nibbly bit up there. I'm going to put a bit of plastic glue onto it to melt it away. That's fantastic. Then this piece slots on over the front, there, like so. Okay, it literally just falls into place. Let's give it a little squeeze to make sure there's no gaps there. But I'm going to glue that on, and we'll come to the next piece. Right, so the next two pieces we need are 9 and 10. Okay, there's 2 lights and 2 lights. So I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, and show you how they go on. Right, so this is number 9. Number 9, let me drop in it, just slots on this side, like so. Number 10 just slots in there. So I'm going to do the same thing again, glue that on. And so the next piece needed is number 24. And 24 slots in. You'll see there's like a little bit there. Just slots in there like so. Okay. Now there is those little spikes along there. I might even come back at a later date, sand them or snip them off, because I'm not too sure when it comes to painting. Now then, that's not sprue, that's actual design. There's a little bit of sprue there, but I can get that. But the rest of it is all design, I don't know why. And the next piece that's needed is number 25, and it goes on the opposite side exactly the same way. Right, so the next piece needed is this big piece. It's number 76. Right, so I've put some glue on it. You see this is two weird shaped hooks there. Of course I've missed a bit of sprue off of there. Now, let me bear with me whilst I clean it off. Right, so that's cleaned off now. See, mistakes like that does happen very simply, very easily. But this just slots on over the top like so. Push into place. Now you see that bit there. I'm going to have to just put some glue in along there and hold it together just to pinch into place. Right, so now we're moving into the really detailed, exciting part for me. I like the look of this already, but to add all these pieces to it is amazing. So the first piece we need is number 56, which is this piece here, and then we need 54, which is this piece here with the candles and the little body. So be careful when you're slipping this off. I'm glad the way they've just done the connection point on the sprues just there, rather than doing it up here. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, and show you how they go together. Right, so I've got a bit of glue on the top there, as you can see it glistening. You can see a little head and all of that. That just slots in there like so. That is absolutely beautiful. And I think I've a bit too much glue in there, so you can see it shining through the top there. It's not a big issue though, because it's a little statue. It's actually beautiful. So the next piece that we need is number 51, which is this piece, and number 52, which is this piece. So I'm going to snip them, clean them, show you how it goes on. This is amazing because it looks so difficult, but it's very, very simple. They've made it really, really easy. 2 pinholes there, that's the front of the statue. There's 2 holes there, they just slot into there. It doesn't want to stay properly first time because the camera's rolling. Of course not. Now I'm going to get that into place like so. And the other piece, same thing again, but on the back. So I'm going to glue that in and then come back to you for the next 2 pieces. I'm going to say the next 2 pieces are 55 and 53. And you can see the weirdly shaped hollow on the inside. This is the outside piece. That's the inside piece. I'm going to snip them off, clean them down. Just so that you know, 53 goes on this side and 55 goes on that side. I'll show you when it comes to it because it's very, very straightforward. Right, it's very straightforward. A bit of glue on there. So there's 2 pins. There's 2 semi-holes there. So that will just slot on into there like so. That's wrong. That back piece is too low down. Let me come back, let me sort out and come back because this shouldn't be that low down. No, it should be the same height. Okay, let me just sort that out. That's why I use plastic glue, guys. So that's on now. You see it should be the same height. I glued it in the wrong way around. Well, not the wrong way around, I glued it too low down. So again, 2 pinholes, 2 pins. It just slides on over the top there. So you can see how it should be freestanding now. Now this piece then, so you've got the hollow piece there, you've got 2 hooks there, it just glues onto there like so. So I'm going to glue that into place and then come back to you for the next piece. So the next piece is this lovely piece here, which is number 81. Again, I'm really pleased with the fact that they've just put the sprue connection along there and haven't tried to connect it along here, because that would have been a nightmare trying to snip that off. So I'm going to clip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, so there's two ends to this, small end and a big end. There's a little slot in there, bit glue in there. The big end comes up into there. It should just slot into there nicely, like so. Now the other piece we need is number 82, which is this piece. It goes in exactly the same way in the other side. Right, so we're on to the flames with the braziers and all that, and the exhaust pipes. Now, there's a little mistake here. It's telling me, showing me all the numbers for the 2 pieces that go together. So it's a big piece and a small piece. But the first one I was going to start with is 2 and 3. Okay, but there is no number 3 big piece, and there's supposed to be. There's number 8 big piece, okay, but number 8 big piece isn't meant to be here. It's not. Oh no, there is an 8 big piece, sorry. So we've got 7, which is you, 8, which is you, 6, which is you, and 5, but it's telling me 3. Okay, so it's a bit weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this side here, and it's telling me 7 and 4. So if I do that and leave the back one this side till last, the last two pieces should be that piece, regardless of if it's misprinted or not. Now again, this is from the Piety and Paint box, this tank, so I don't know if the instructions here are the same as what's in the actual instructions if you buy the kit. The same way, if you buy the new one of the new Agents of the Imperium box, launch boxes, you'll get this tank in that as well, one of those boxes. So again, the instructions for that could be different to this. So that's why I always show you the parts. So we'll start with 7 and 4. So there's 7 and there's 4. It's very, very straightforward. There's 2 holes in there, I put glue in it already. And there's 2 pins. That just slots in there like so. I also put a bit of glue on the join lines up the top here. And this piece, look, just slots into there like so. So I'm going to glue that on and come back for the next one. Should be the front piece. Right, next to is 8 and 3. They go together the same way, and it goes on the front part here, exactly the same. I don't need to show you that. So the next one is number 1 and number 6, and this goes on the front here. So the last 2, the instructions tell me it's 2 and 3, but it's actually 2 and 5. Okay. Right, so that's relatively easy. Now we're on to little fiddly parts now. So first thing we need is number 90, which is this weird shape here. Number 91 and number 92. Right, so this is where it gets very fiddly. So this piece in my hand, number 92, the one end is slightly wider than the other end. That's the top. 91 has a little pin that side and a big pin that side. A little pin is what we need because I don't know if the camera's picking up the triangle on that. There's a triangle slot. So that just slots in there like so. Then number 90 has the big hole and that just slots into there. Okay, so I'm going to glue that into place and I'll show you how it goes on. So we need number 98. I'm going to clean it off, snip it and clean it. Right, so there's actually 2 holes there. There's 2 pins in there. So that just slots on there like so. Very interesting. The next piece we need is number 95, which is this piece. So all the small pieces for that control panel are here and down here. So we're taking this piece now. Right, so 95 has one flat side and one wooden side. Okay, the wooden side is the back of it, and that just slots in there like so. Absolutely fantastic. Just push that back a little touch, just because I don't want to be trying to squeeze the body on there and it doesn't go on properly. So the next piece is needed. Okay, it's telling us 68 and 69. There are 2 little pipes, and I have to 2 little lever things. Let me just find those first. Okay, so there's 69. There's 68. This is where the fun starts. 68 is going to go this side. 69 is going to go that side. So I'm going to snip them off and put them on their respective sides, and I'm going to show you where they go in. Guys, this is where it gets very fiddly. Right, you can't even see them on here. They're that small. So this is 69. There's a little hole in there. Put a bit of glue in there. That just slots in like that. And the other one goes on the other side. Now, this is one of those parts where the next part we're doing is her body and her arms, and hopefully it all lines up. Right, so what we need now is 62, which is the back of her body, and 61, which is her arms here. You see there's little things that she's gripping. They connect to those piping that we just put in. So I'm going to snip those off, clean them down, show you how they go together. Right, so there's a little slot in there, the bar in her arm, that just slots in there, like so. Okay. Now, before that starts to cure and dry and everything else, I'm going to get the front of her body, which is 63 off, and that has 2 pins, and there's 2 holes just below where that bar goes, and they slot into there, so that would cover her, that would make her body complete. Now, obviously that body slots into that little pin there, or the hole, sorry, slots into the pin, and the arms should slot into the levers. Now I put glue on each, so hopefully lines up pretty much. That one's slightly off, but because it's not cured yet, I can actually bring that under. Come in, just put a little tiny drop of glue. There we go. I thought that was going to be very, very hard, but it's actually not. The next piece is needed. You have to choose her head. Now there's 4 options available. There's 2 of them, absolutely beautiful. There's the other heads. Here's another head, which is wearing like a little gas mask type thing. And here's the other head. Little bob hairstyle. I don't know what to go with here because I'm going to go with probably this one here, because there's so much on this model. There's going to be so much colour. I want to make her head contrast her body and contrast the tank and really stand out, so when you look at it you'll see so many different points of interest. Obviously her head starts in the top there. And so the next 2 pieces we need are 70 and 71, which are right next to the melters. Now 70 goes on this side and 71 goes that side. So I'm going to carefully snip these little pieces off, clean them down, and I'll show you how they go on. Right, this is going to be a little fiddly piece now. So you got the first one on the inside bit. There's another little strip on the outside there. That's where this goes. But there's like a little bit there that should slot. It's going to be very fiddly to get in. Now I've sort of got it on, but it's not perfect. So what I do now is I come with my mold line scraper. Nope. I'll try again. Nope. I'm going to keep fiddling around with it. This one goes on that side, the other one has one on the other side that goes on. I'm going to glue those into place. This is very fiddly. And then come back to you for the next piece. Trusty mold line scraper, got them in place. I put them on and just used a mold line scraper just to tap them into place and get them in, because the bottom, you can see the top has a little ball on it, but the bottom has like a little sort of semicircle that just slots in there nicely. And you'll be forgiven if you don't put them in. You'll be forgiven if you get them in, but just don't get them in perfectly. I don't even think that's perfectly, but I'm happy with that, because you know how the pieces are. The next piece we need is 105 and 106 and 101, which is this piece here. So I'm going to snip those 3 pieces off. Right, so 106 and 105. 106 has these little pins, And sorry, it has little pins, 105, and that one has the holes, as you can see. So that just slots on like so. And you might want to run a little bit of glue along the edge there just to get rid of any join lines. And I said 101 and 102. Okay, I wasn't looking at that properly. This is very straightforward. You can see that pin, you see the hole, it just slots in there. Now what it's telling me to do is to put these on, 101, 102, and you glue them here, but you don't glue in there. The reason why is you can move the gun up and down. Now I'm not going to do that silliness. I'm going to glue it all together because I don't like moving guns, and then I'm going to come back to you for the next piece. Alright, pull the camera back a bit, I was too close. Now this piece, you'll see there's two funny little pinholes either side. There's two bits sticking up there. That just slots on there like so. Yeah. Now I've put that on because it's still wet glue. I'm going to lift it up a little bit so it gives me a bit of height. Without pushing it apart, of course not. Malfunction time. It's time to misbehave. Just do whatever we want. So the next one we need is exactly the same, but it's 103, 104, 99 and 100. Now the 100 is going to be on this side of it, okay, because together it's the same. See, there's a little a little pole bit there. It'll be the same the other side. So I'm going to snip those, clean those, glue those on, and then come back to you for the next piece. Now you have to decide what weapons you want to put on in here. Flamers, heavy bolters, or melter. I'm going to go with melter because I believe that this tank will be getting up close to the enemy, and melter range is probably the best thing to do. You know, that's what I think anyway. So if you're doing flamers, you need number 79, which is this one, and number 80, which is this one, number 77 and number 78, and they literally just pins and holes. The next one, if you're doing heavy bolters, you need 74 and 75 and 72 and 73. Again, they're pins and holes. So I'm going to melter, so it's 85 and 86. Yeah, 85 and 86, and then 83 and 84. So I'm going to snip those, clean those, and glue those together. And so the next bit is to glue the guns in. And the gun just slots in like so. Glue this side in. Now it's telling me to glue this in. Okay. You can see there's little pins at the bottom there, and there's one hole that side, one hole that side, one tiny hole there, one tiny hole there. Now I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to put that in because this is clear plastic. This side broke off me, so I was going to glue it all in together. So I'm going to glue this in at the same time, the base here. Glue it so it sits in on top of that there. After I undercoated it, there's a problem now though. There's two bits that come off and go into along the front here, and then there's two bits that go. So there's two bits that come off and go into the hole there, and there's another bit then that comes across the front and top of it. So I might have to glue this in. I don't really want to, but I might have to glue that into place, because the idea was to paint it afterwards, undercut the model, and then just give this paint onto clear plastic with like watered down paint to give me like a translucent effect. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, that is. So, you know, I'm just going to glue it into place. I'm going to glue it into place, and if I don't, when it comes to painting, if I don't like what it's done, well, I could try and control it with the black spray really, or mask and tape it up actually. That would probably be a good idea. Yeah, I'm going to glue it into place. Right, so the next piece is needed, a 96, a 97. 96 goes on this side, 97 goes that side, so I'm going to snip clean, put them on the other sides and show you how one goes in, the other one goes in the same. Right, I've only stuck glue on that little side there, because I'm not too sure where it sits in. I presume it sits in that hole, but I'm not sure. But there's a little slot on the side there. Again, this is another fiddly piece. I should have done this first, I think. Yeah, I should have done this first. Line scraper. Probably going to take our camera and fiddle around with this. Yeah, that is how it goes in. Because that little piece goes in that hole there, it sticks to that piece. Let's see if I can show you. So on here, you got this little slot here, okay, and there's a little square above it. That's where it slots into, that little rectangular slot. So you see that one, you see the square above it. So it does sit sort of freestanding, not freestanding, hanging there. And then when that next piece goes in, it's going to sit in that hole, and that's going to stick to it. So I'm going to stick the other piece on and come back to you for those bits that go in the hole there. Right, so the next two pieces are 94 and 93. You can see there's two little slots there. That's where that's going to slot into. 93 goes on this side, 94 goes on that side. So I'm going to snip and clean them, and I'm going to quickly get them. I'm going to glue one in place on camera to show you. As you know, I'll do one first of all, and then I'll come back on camera and show you how they go in. Make sure that I do it right first time. Right, so I said to you, that's where it slots in. It's not, it slots on the small one. Now this is very fiddly. I don't know if you should be doing this first and then putting this in. I don't think it's just going to really matter. So what I do is line it up like so. Trusty mold line scraper comes in, and I just straighten that up. So that slots into the slot. You can see that's going into the back there. It's really impressive. I love this model. There is a lot of fiddly bits. That's fiddly. The little bars are fiddly that he's glue on. Right, so there's that. So the next thing we do. Hey, we're back to the big tank now. This glues straight into there. Okay, like so. So I'm going to glue that into place. Right, so back to the other sprue now. We need 14 and 15. Now you'll be, you know, no one will be given out to you if you don't put this piece on. Because I just think this is over the top, but I'm going to put it on anyway because I think it looks cool. Am I going to put it on? I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to put it on. So I'm going to snip these two pieces off, clean them down, show you how they go together. Right, I'm not going to put this piece on, but I'm going to show you guys how it goes together. So you've got holes, you've got pins, one slots into the other. Okay, gives you this piece. Now this is why I don't think this should go on. It's in a slot there. Okay, now that's not all of it. There's just still another piece to come on there. The next piece is number 89, which is this piece here. This is an amazing piece, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely beautiful. And then we need 87 and 88, which I don't think is on this sprue. I can't see them. Look, there they are. 87 and 88 on top here. And these pieces, they are the other half of that. So there's one slot's there, one slot's there. So basically, when this goes on, it's hanging out of the front of the tank. Yeah, it looks very weird. I'll show you the picture actually, it's probably a bit easier than trying to show you off the sprue. No, I don't like that. I think it looks really silly. I think it's really, really silly. But if you want to put it on, you put it on, it's not a problem. I think this piece is would actually be fantastic with the two little bits that go on the side of it, at the back of some, you know, at the back of a tank, maybe a castigator or, you know, something like that. Just, or even maybe like have a hero model, like a, I don't know, the new Seraphim Captain type woman, and have it on her base. I just think it looks better like that. I don't think it looks great on here at all. Okay, so let's go on to the next piece. The next piece we need is number 58, sorry, and 57, and number 59. So I'm going to snip those three pieces off, show you how they go together. Well, that's ended that one. The trumpet came off the little cherub. Damn it. Okay. So let me just show you how they go on in case you are lucky enough not to take it off. So the body glues on there. Okay, gives you your little cherub. Let's see, so annoying that is. And you be very careful with these things. So that glues on there. Gives you the cherub. Then the wings, there's a little, that little groove there. There's a little pin piece. That glues in the back there. It's a bit sprued up, didn't take off by accident. You take that off now. So that just sits in there. Okay. Then there is another piece, which is number 60, which is this chain. And this end of the chain connects to his trumpet that I broke, and the little circle piece connects to the back here. Okay, so let's put the kibosh on that one. Unfortunately, I like the little cherubs on the sister's base and stuff, because it gives you a different chance to do different colours, and especially with like the skull helmets or with the skull faces or the robes that they wear, you can really use different colours and contrast the rest of the model. But hey, these things happen. So the next two pieces we need are number 20 and 21. Now number 20 is for this side, 21 is for that side. Now this is very straightforward. So there is all these little grooves on the outside, and there's pins on this one. So it goes that way up, just slots in. Now look at that for detail. That is just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm really going to go to town on this model. Between the flames and all the insignia on the sides and everything else, and the little saint statues in there. Wow. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is the smoke launchers. So it's 32 and 34, 29 and 31. And they're both, basically one has pins, one has holes, they just slide to each other. So I'm going to clip those, clean those, and I'll show you where they go. Right, so the smoke launcher has these two little bits at the bottom, nothing on the other side. They go on the corners here. So you put one down already, and that pivots them up. So what you do is put them on. Like so. And the last thing to do is the hunter killer missile, which is always a must, especially their one. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. So you need 27, 28. Again, these two, just holes and pins, so they stick into each other. Then you have, there is a see, where did I see it? There it is. This little piece slots in the front of the missile. So I'm going to clean those three pieces off. I'll glue these two pieces together and I'll show you how that glues in. That's how we have the hunter killer here. Let me take the missile head, if I can pick it up. And that just slots in the front there, like so. And this glues on the back here. And so with that flat pieces, it just glues straight on there. So I'm going to glue that into place, and then I'm going to come back to you for final thoughts. Right, I love this model. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm a little bit annoyed myself that I didn't put it together earlier, because it is very, very simple. With that said, there is a few fiddly pieces. The little levers inside there are very fiddly. And the cherub broke his trumpet, so that's another fiddly piece. I'd imagine the chain to clean the chain, to attach the trumpet, to attach him to the tank is another fiddly piece. But overall, this model is absolutely, it is beautiful. Now, one thing I really love about this, all these details, I mean, I know this is one panel, but it goes on there. All these details are just on the tank as standard. These are not like options for extras that you can put onto it. These are just, this is how it comes as standard. It's beautiful. I like a little shrine at the back as well. I like the woodenness on the back here, because it's really going to stand out. So that's brilliant. I love the fact that the tracks at the bottom are already part of the kit. You don't have to put them in individually, which is a massive time saver. Difficulty for this model, I was going to give it a 4, and so I broke the cherub. I'm going to have to push for a 5, just because the trumpet is very, very, you know, as soon as I wasn't even using the mold line scraper to clean, I was trying to use the sanding sponge because I knew it'd be very weak and flimsy, and just broke instantly. The levers are very difficult to put in, very fiddly. And there's a squeaky bum moment where you're trying to line up the hands, her hands, with the other levers. This little bit at the front here actually was a little bit of a, it wasn't that difficult. It's just I had to really look at what I was doing and bring the mold line scraper in to help me adjust angles and get things into place. So I'm going to give it a difficulty of a 5. So for everyone that's new that's looking at this, to judge that sort of scale, difficulty rating of 1 would be scarab swarms, nurglings, you know, ripper swarms, that type of thing. Whereas I don't even think ripper swarms would even come into it, because they just clip them off the sprue, clean them, glue them straight to the base. But a 10 would be the Silent King, you know, that kind of level of difficulty. I don't even think Angron was that high difficulty, because it was pretty straightforward. It's just glue and weight. Even the Void Dragon was just glue, weight, come back, glue some more, weight. So yeah, I give this guy this tank, this lovely lady and her tank, a 5 difficulty rating. So guys, if you're seeing this for the first time, it's new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to this video and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. Any thoughts or comments or anything about this model, chuck them below. If you think I've made the right call, I'm not putting that piece on the front there, again, just let me know. If you put one of these together and you had the same issue with the trumpet and all of that, again, just chuck on below, let me know. Guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, take it easy.